Hey everyone, have you ever gone into a game you had never played before and had people from the game or your friends yell at you a whole host of suggestions? Like, why would you get that talent? Or don't build that item, it's dog. There's a good reason for why they're doing this. If you're their friend, they want you to be able to skip the learning curve that they had to go through. And if they're on your team, they don't want you wasting their time learning the game, so they're also going to help you skip that learning curve.
What is he doing? Why, Nunu? Why? 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 Ah!
But who was the first person to discover whether a specific item or ability or whatever was good or bad? And more importantly, how does it perpetuate throughout the player base? That is exactly what I'm hoping to be able to teach you today. And don't worry, we all think it's annoying when people backseat game.
You 10 times a day that what you just did was a waste of time.
Tyler, luckily you're not playing, bro. I am. I'm playing the game. Thank you.
Tyler, let him play the way he wants, bro.
I'm just saying, man, like...
Well, just keep it to yourself.
That's why I'm also going to tell you why you don't have to listen, but also why you should sometimes. Hopefully you all find this as intriguing as I do, and if you do, please backseat game my YouTube algorithm and leave a like on this video. And if you're feeling especially helpful, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. Now, I need to define some terms real quick, and I know it's boring, but hold on so you understand why. If we look up the definition of strategy, we get a plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim. And if we look up the definition of tactic, we get an action or strategy carefully planned to achieve a specific end. So basically, they mean the same thing, but I'm going to set up new definitions only to help understand the concepts I'm going to talk about after. And if you have a 200 IQ and you actually know what the terms I'm talking about are supposed to be called, then go ahead and leave it in the comments so everyone knows how dumb I actually am. Now, for my definition, I'm going to say that strategy is a specific process of analyzing things you already understand either inside or outside of the game, and using those to develop a plan to achieve your goal. And I'm going to define a tactic as a learned strategy that you have internalized to a level that has become almost second nature. Now, for these definitions, a strategy must come first to create a tactic. But a new strategy can be developed by combining many other tactics and new ideas together. I love examples, so here we go. You're playing a MOBA for the first time. Let's say that MOBA is League of Legends. In this MOBA, you see that some playable characters have abilities that knock enemy characters into the air. Let's say one of their names is Malphite. You also know that there's a character who can only use their super mega ultimate attack on enemies in the air. Let's call him Hasaki. Now, of course, the game designers aren't completely stupid, Kappa, so they include an ability for Hasaki to knock up enemies into the air. However, it's much harder to hit than Malphite's ability, and it takes a bit to get ready, and it has a smaller area of effect. Now, I'm sure that there are players who immediately understood the implications of combining these two characters on a team and setting up these huge Wombo combos. This immediate recognition of patterns without significant thought or deliberation is called inference. But let's pretend all players in this made-up universe are Wood 7 and didn't think of this possibility immediately. One day, Miss Player is doing her thing on Hasaki and teamfight breaks out. During this teamfight, Malphite does his big charge and knocks up the whole enemy team into the air. The Hasaki player immediately notices that her ultimate indicator is showing that she can hit the entire enemy team with it. Now, unfortunately, Miss Player had never seen this interaction before and was not ready, so she missed her opportunity in this fight. But she thought about it. She would be ready on the next team fight. And when it finally came around, Malphite whiffed his charge by a mile and the team fight was lost. I'm joking. Malphite executed a flawless charge and knocked the entire enemy team into the air. Only this time, Miss Player was ready and spammed her super mega ultimate attack button. And it went off and she won the fight for her team and transcended to challenger rating. This intentional planning and testing of the execution is what would fall under my previous definition of strategy. This is a very important step for complex competitive games. It is the process that creates those insane moments we sometimes see live on stage. If you're a League of Legends fan, it's the moment Faker outplayed Ryu with the QSS and Z mechanics.
I'm like, even though I only have a mat on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker, maybe in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves. Faker, what was that?
For StarCraft, it could be the meta-defining plays of Jaedong and Flash for a game that most consider to be nearing its end. And if you like CSGO, it's the majorly controversial, but nonetheless intelligent Olofboost.
Olofmeister is still waiting. The patience game coming again. Spot them coming out of Squeak door as well. He's here. He sees them down there. Straight headshot. They have no idea. Smith's looking confused and dazed, and there's going to be a follow-up headshot. Olofmeister, you've got to be kidding.
These strategies are discovered and practiced by players and teams until they're ready to unleash them on their opponents in a devastating display of dominance. And in some rare cases, as is the case with the Faker Z outplay, it's thought of on the spot in a bright flash of brilliance. But what happens from there? Do the strategies cease to exist, forever to float off into the ether, remembered only by those who were there to witness it? Of course not. They're generally set in stone by the community as a standard way of playing the game. A difficult technique popularized by a top 0.1% player is later practiced and ingrained in the game to such a degree that not knowing it, even at the lowest levels of gameplay, is a mockable, to some even a flammable offense. It's your Lee Sin going for a ward hop insect only to forget the pattern and die before he even has a chance to kick the carry towards the team. It's the enemy team's Thresh predicting the flash with a hook and the enemy team spamming Mad Life in all chat. These things are discovered by the best and perpetuated through the player base by everyone. If we go back to our earlier example, Miss Player learning about Malphite and Hisaki setup, making a video about it, posting it on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, then players take this and make it a second nature aspect of their play. And that is where it lives on as a tactic. Players are very good at using previously understood tactics to learn and create new ones as well. That is why you have people posting about possible combinations of abilities before characters, items, or in some cases even games come out. When you have memorized patterns as tactics, and then create new strategies from those which eventually get again ingrained as tactics, that's called the meta. How do you know that one character counters another character? It's from experience that once started as just an idea or deeper understanding of the game, that then was backed up through experience and further testing. If it seems daunting to play a game that's been released for a while, this is why. Current players know so much about the game, not just the basic mechanics programmed from the company that made it, but the strict nuance that was developed through months, sometimes years of masters from thousands to hundreds of thousands of players. It can be fun to learn things on your own, and that's why sometimes it's not the best idea to take advice from these backseat gamers. But sometimes those backseat gamers who are telling you to use one ability before another just want to help you improve your ability to a level that's already understood by the community. You can skip months or years of learning the game by taking these steps seriously and making an honest effort to understand why they work and where they come from. You might even discover the next meta from the knowledge you learn from those pesky annoying people in chat. So go out there and try this premise in your own experience, and then come back and leave a comment after thinking in these terms. If this video was helpful to you at all, then please consider being helpful to me and leaving a like on the video, and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. Until the next game premise, I hope all of you have a fantastic time in the games you all play, and I hope you have a wonderful day, but that's it. Peace.